Good Monday morning. Philly and I were watching one of our favorite shows the other night. And at the very beginning, it was the beginning of a season, at the very beginning of the first episode, they killed off one of our favorite characters. And I was laying there and I was so mad. And I just kept saying out loud, I was like, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this, because we had just been talking about the characters on the show and how we loved him because he's such a solid character. I'm not going to tell you the show because I'll totally be a spoiler. But anyway, so I was thinking, wow, I wonder, I've gotten quite a few letters through the years of people that have read some of my novels and are very angry when I've killed off a character. So I had a little more empathy for what the writers had to go through when somebody decides to leave a show. But what was crazy is I ended up having a dream about it. I woke up the next morning. I was just troubled. And I was thinking, wow, what power there is in story. Such power. We watch shows, we get attached to them, we read novels, we get invested in the characters, and before we know it, we feel like we know them. We find how our story may interweave itself or fit inside the narrative, and a place where we can relate and feel seen, or just a myriad of different things in the power of a story. We can be moved, we can be convicted, we can have revelation about our own life. I remember years ago when I was in the most broken place of my marriage, I don't think I fully even appreciated how broken I was. And we had gone to see a movie called The Kid with Bruce Willis and this adorable little kid that was in there. And the kid was Bruce Willis's younger self. And the kid was trying to remind Bruce Willis that there was this part of him that was kind of shut down and dead and needed to come back to life. And when that movie was over, I could not leave the theater because I was a little undone. So I was crying and just had a moment, but it was a revelation to me through the power of that story, what I had allowed to happen to me. I say all of this to remind us that Revelation 12:11 says, they overcame him, meaning Satan, by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. And so often we are so reticent, hesitant to share our story with other people because it requires vulnerability. They may judge us. They may not accept us, whatever the fear may be. But there is such power in our stories. Does that mean you share it with everyone? No. But it does mean that when a person comes along that needs your story, that you and I are sensitive enough to the Holy Spirit to be willing to share it. That pride won't get in the way, fear won't get in the way, shame won't get in the way. But we will allow the witness of what Jesus has done in us and for us by his blood. And that testimony can be so strong in the story that we share that someone can see that Jesus could be enough for their story too. So Don't be afraid to share your story. Stories have exceptional impact. And there are people out there that need to hear yours, and it may very well be what could be the transforming force in their life to allow them to believe that Jesus can restore, redeem, reclaim them. So be careful which TV shows you watch, because they might just give you a little more to think about than you thought they would. If your heart was encouraged today, please know that we have many other resources available for you. You can discover all of those at reclaiminghearts.org.